Hello, good morning, cuties. So, I am here with the Indian Express newspaper. Okay, and today's date is 16th March 2026. So, let's begin today's session. Hooray! I don't know why I'm excited, but today I'm too excited. So, this one is the first page and the front page. I have to take this pencil. Hmm. There is some work for you. Okay, please. I just want to say, please do it. मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ. Okay, and this line is from Hindi. Okay, so can you please tell me this is which part of tense? We all know it's a present tense, but in present tense, it is which part? It is from which part? Okay, that's your today's homework. So please tell me. Moving to express reach out to all 117 MLAs over last 2 months. AAP education reform in Punjab marked progress, but only one party MLA sends own kids to government school. Counting of votes for all five assemblies on May 4. Contest kick off Bengal to vote to phase 2, others won. 34 34 crore LPG consumers. Average households use half cylinder per month. First group of Indians stranded in Iran lands in Delhi. Long journey. System will change when MLAs trust government school with their children. It's bans. This one is the second page, and you will get detailed explanation of first page and this page. Okay, and it's about the Bengal in two votes to vote in two phase, other in one round. I think there is election which is happening inside the Bengal, West Bengal. Okay, and this one is about the Assam, about Puducherry, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Okay, teacher suspended for mimicking PM is also a happiness trainer, social worker. 34 crore LPG consumers. Average household use. Okay, we already read it. Want a detail? Then please read it. About the city. Moving from it. Things are not that important. That's why I'm skipping. Politics section is also about debates and a lot of things. That's why I'm skipping. Chief Election Commission Ganesh Kumar. They all meet at Assembly Poll. These are the name: Election Commissioner Vivek Joshi, SS Sandhu, Chief Election Commissioner Ganesh Kumar in Assembly Hall. BJP's poll plan hold Assam wins Bengal, expand in South. DA arrears payout allows hike Mamta rains soaps before polls dates. Hmm, not that important, that's why I skip it. What is happening inside the nation? Activist Sonam Wangchuk with his wife at hospital for medical checkup after his release from Jodhpur Central Jail following the revocation of his detention under NSA on Saturday. IDFC First Bank fraud. Oil tanker with Saudi crude crosses strait, reaches India. Okay, finally a single oil tanker with Saudi from the route and crude which crosses Strait of Hormuz, and finally they reach to India. Okay, the name of this oil tanker is Simrani. 1 million barrels of crude oil and arrived at Mumbai Acrotage late Saturday. Okay, he was not meant to sail, but the voyage during war cost Mumbai resident his life. That's very sad. And due to the war between another nations, we are losing our own soldiers. We are losing our own Indians, own people, and that's a very bad thing. We have to be very thankful about this. As a human being, we have to respect each and everyone. But what we are doing, we are just trying to kill each other. For what? Just because of power, just because of fame. And that's a very bad thing. Okay. So what's another vessel and crew safe returning to home? Indian tanker was loading when Fuzere terminal was attacked. Again, the article topic inside the editorial section, and the main article is about the gas, cooking gas. Okay, about the cooking gas. In last session, we also read about this cooking gas, but today's session we are going to read about this cooking gas also. So, what could have been done to avoid a cooking gas crisis and was not? क्या कर सकते हैं इस कुकिंग गैस क्राइसिस से उभरने के लिए अवॉइड मीन्स ओके so initially there is just what are the offers by the Minister of Petroleum Gas when the UPA government was formed in May 2004 because I considered MOPNG a notorious den of bribery, okay, against patronage to underserving second-rate politician and their client. But why I was overruled and given temporary charge of the ministry, I was pleasantly surprised to discover through briefings by senior officer and public sector oil honchos that the ministry had, in fact, a key role to play in energy scrutiny inspection to complement on an equal footing. So the External Affairs Minister is trying responsibility for geopolitical security and the Commerce and Ministries responsible for economic security, which together with MOPNG add up to national security. So at the time, 2 decades ago, 2 decades पहले, our dependency on oil and gas import was about 70% of our requirement. It is now near 90%. Deeply impressed by economist Vijay Kalkar's. Okay, so the first para tells about the whatever the briberies. ठीक है जो लूट मार वही है bribery. ठीक है वो जो हो रही है at the place of petroleum and natural gases. Okay, so what are the new things that is discovered through the briefing of senior officers, public sector oil honcos and the ministry had? What are the key factor in role of energy security? So external affairs minister, who is mainly responsible for the finance and commerce ministries, responsible for economic security, which together with MOPNG add to national security. So the author is just trying to blame out or just trying to give some ideas that all these responsibilities are in the head of external affairs ministers. So at that time, 2 decades ago, our dependency on oil and gas import was about 70% of our requirement. Okay, so 2 decades ago, means 1 decade means 10 years, 20 years ago, the main dependence of us is about mainly 70% of our requirement is on import of oil and gas. But now it's 90%. Means what type of development is going there? 20 साल पहले 70% हम लोग उस चीज पे डिपेंडेंट है, बट दिस टाइम हम लोग 90% एट द सेम चीज पे डिपेंडेंट है। नियरली deeply it is impressed by economist Vijay Kelkar comment that natural gas would be the 21st century what petroleum had been in the 20th and coal in the 19th and wood till the 18th. I focused my energies and those the ministries and its subordinate bodies, in particular the Directorate General of Hydrocarbons as well as public sector oil company on the critical issue of एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी। ठीक है, किस चीज को किस तरह से नेचुरल गैस को यूज करें, कैसे यूज करें। तो जो टॉप इकोनॉमिस्ट है जिन्होंने ये डेटा दिया है विजय केलकर, वो कह रहे हैं कि 21st सेंचुरी में जब पेट्रोलियम की इतनी ज़्यादा डिमांड है, 21st सेंचुरी में जब नेचुरल गैस इतनी ज़्यादा है, उस तरह से सारे डेटाज दिए हुए हैं यहाँ पे। ठीक है, तो क्या हो रहा है, व्हाट अबाउट ऑल द एनर्जी सिक्योरिटीज, व्हाट अबाउट द टर्म्स। सो So the requirement a two-track approach, domestic and external. So inside the domestic track, the main data which provide the technology to drill through the lava and the volcanic rock laden, we can trap. So get to our own domestic onshore reserve. Okay, where the depth 100 of meter below the surface and only um, okay, till here, this author is trying to say that we are mainly dependent on the domestic things like wood and all just for cooking. Okay, because we have only sources of wood and another things where we can use and cook food. Okay, but the thing is that in Coraldo offshores where 10,000 meter of Arabian Sea is replicated and is dig out just to find out oil. In Bombay High discovered in 1973, there is also some drilling happens, okay, in the depth of Gulf of Mexico. Wherever I traveled, I sought to bring into our ken the network of technological institution as a key to energy security. हाँ, तो जब ऑथर वहाँ पे गया है गल्फ ऑफ मैक्सिको साइड व्हेन दे ट्रेवल, वो क्या देखते हैं कि आज भी इतना ज़्यादा इंडियन सप्लाईज ऑयल और गैस का गल्फ ऑफ मैक्सिको ये सब देशों से, ओमान से, ईरान से इतना ज़्यादा, ये सब गल्फ नेशन से इतना ज़्यादा इंपोर्ट हो रहा है इंडिया में, एबंडेंट हाई लेवल में इंपोर्ट हो रहा है। ठीक है, ये सब देख के ऑथर बहुत ज़्यादा शॉक्ड है। ठीक है, जब वो ट्रेवल करके ये सब देखे तो देखिए इतना ज़्यादा नेटवर्क आज भी डिपेंडेंट है हर चीज़ों पे। सो उन्होंने ये प्रायोरिटाइज किया फाइनेंस और एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स मिनिस्ट्री दोनों के पास, और ये बात कही दैट सिक्योरिंग अगेंस्ट फियर्स चाइनीज कंपटीशन, चाइनीज चीज़ों के लिए और फॉरेन चीज़ों के लिए जो है कंपटीशन एंड ऑल वो ठीक है, बट स्पेशली इन आवर एविडेंटली पेट्रोलियम, बट इतना ज़्यादा डिपेंडेंट सिर्फ और सिर्फ पेट्रोलियम है, वो भी हमारे नेबर कंट्रीज पे, ranging from Iran, Central and Gulf to Central Asia. These are the nations where we are mainly dependent on oil and natural gases. So the only way, and what author new thing that he showed, that the only way and the route where these oil and gases are passing is just a Strait of Hormuz. What's main thing? Why closing is now cause मीन्स पहले जब वो ऑथर इधर उधर ट्रेवल किया तो उनको उस टाइम ये सब चीज रिवॉल्व और दिमाग में आया कि एक रास्ता है जहां से सारा चीज पार हो रहा है, अगर वो रास्ता बंद कर दे तो क्या हो जाए। और सेम थिंग अभी हुआ, अभी वो स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मुज का जो वे है रास्ता उसको बंद कर दिया गया है। और व्हाट इंडिया इज फेसिंग गैस क्राइसिस, अ लॉट ऑफ इवन ऑयल क्राइसिस। इंडिया के पास बस 45 डेज का रिजर्व है, as Khan sir told that India has only 45 days oil reserves. Okay, after 45 days, all oils and everything is getting finished. सो व्हाट्स द अनदर पॉइंट सेज, ठीक है, अनदर पॉइंट ये कह रहा है कि पाइपिंग नेचुरल गैस ईरान से पाकिस्तान एंड फिर पाकिस्तान से एनर्जी एंड कोल को डिफिशियंटली राजस्थान, ओके, इस तरह से एक वे तैयार किया गया, ठीक है। वह गेल हैड डिस्कवर्ड नेचुरल गैस, जो गैस अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया लिमिटेड है, वो एक नेचुरल गैस को डिस्कवर किया, ओके। So through Cox's Bazar and Jessore in Bangladesh to supply vast quantities of piped natural gas to the upcoming giant petrochemical complex in Haldia, West Bengal. Little of this fructified because I was relieved on my temporary charge of MOPNG and my successor did not prioritize energy security. आज भी हमारे पहले के हमारे जो पूर्वज थे उन लोगों ने तो कभी भी एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी पे प्रायोरिटी दिया ही नहीं, ठीक है। और आज जब इतना ज्यादा डिमांड हो रहा है, आज जब इतना ज्यादा कमी हो रहा है चीजों का, तब जाके वो दे आर जस्ट saying that we have to be focused on that. That's not the only way. Sorry. External dependency of 90% on these products, on these oil and gases, it is leaving us more dependent on outside sources, leaving focusing on our own domestic and means each and everything mainly समझ रहे हो। और if any country is oil, if any country is fully dependent on other country just because of oil, mainly 90%, then think about that country, means all the work inside that country is happening through, is going through oil process, because oil is the only source to develop a country, to run a country, vehicles, everything, machine industry, everything is running through oil, and this main source, main raw material is dependent on another country. How is it possible? So it is just because this type of energy security we need, just because of lack of attention. When we have time about these, we are just ignoring these topics, okay? But this time we are facing a lot of hurdles. So purchasing external supplies and brought us the present cooking gas crisis instead of treating MPNG as the handmaid of S. Jayashankar's External Affairs Minister in the Hamas attack at Israel in 2023. So 3 years ago, 3 साल पहले, ठीक है, when Hamas attacked Israel first time, at that time, so the External Affairs Minister, what he says, without treating about these issues and the sharp response, and they didn't give any sharp response to Gaza and all, okay. So this type, India, can you all know that in according to author that he written that world's second largest consumer of LPG cooking gas, 3 million tons per month, 60% of which is imported. So this is the condition of India, where a lot of cooking gas and everything is imported from it. So far too late. This time is too late. So the Essential Commodities Act has been evolved. Oil refineries have been ordered to ramp up LPG output, and the ministry says he is in touch with 40 countries to secure LPG. But why was all these done a year ago when it came became especially after the vicious 12-day war of June 2025, that when all out what happened, and as it obvious or the obvious Iran retaliation, ठीक है, ईरान और मतलब ये सब जो हो रहा है, all these wars which is happening in last 12 days or 13 days, which is not going to be end, okay, without any big destruction. But the thing is that it's not too late. We have to increase our oil refineries. We have to increase, I'm sorry, we have to remove dependency from these countries. We have to be independent. Mainly 90% import, it's a too big percentage. We have to decrease this percentage. Okay. So we all know that we are not able to be in 0%, but at least 30%, 40% imports, not 90%. Okay. So we have the strategic reserve of crude oil. even have two strategic caverns of LPG at Visakhapatnam and Mangaluru, but the total strategic stock of LPG we now discovered is more than a day consumption or perhaps a couple of days more. Is this not gross responsibility of what responsibility of why did we not order LPG purchase on the high seas to stop albeit at higher price but not so high as now? So why do we not pursue the domestic and external energy security as the principal goal of ministry over the last 2 decades, but especially after West Asia really started tottering on the brink of a war? Hardipur is now closed the stable door, but long after the horse has fled. Okay, so it's about the LPG dependency and all. Okay, so these are the other articles. If you want to read another one, then please read it. About the world, Iran reroutes global flight, even Southeast Asia tourism takes a bad hit. Economy section. What if underweight on equities, invest in large and mid caps? India's FDI policy tweak for LBCs will stand to gain from these changes. The high hike fast tag annual pass rate. What has changed? West Asia situation, crude oil price to drive stock price, stock market this week. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.